Howdy everyone, it's me once again, the one and only Killer Dan. And today, I'll be reviewing another film from my movie list, of course. Yep, again folks. And again, I'm going to be reviewing another movie from this nifty 50 movie pack, folks. So, obviously, like I said before, I'm not going to be reviewing every single one of these. At least not right away. At least not all at once. I'll just take my sweet ass time reviewing these films. Of course. One by one. Eventually I will review all of these, of course. But, like I said, I'm just gonna be taking my sweet time with these folks. But anyway, now what I'm gonna be reviewing is the one titled The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. This is like what, maybe barely under an hour. Yeah, as I'm talking about an old movie here again, like we always do on this channel. That's fine. This is definitely a low budget feature. It's an adventure movie, I guess. Quite obviously, as in the title. Yeah, this is one of those 1955 movies for the CBS TV adaptation of the novel of the same name. Yes, of course, it aired on September 1st of 1955 as season 2 premiere for some kind of anthology program on this channel, of course. But yes, I just thought I'll just do this, talk about this kind of thing because of the fact that I like to talk about old movies. I mean, old adventure movies may not be my cup of tea, but still, though, I'll talk about it anyway, regardless. So definitely, yeah, Huckleberry Finn or Hunk Finn or whatever you call him, I guess. Yeah, he's pretty much trying to do his thing as he wants to dig for treasure in a cave along the Mississippi River and whatnot. So yeah, you can really tell this is an old movie because how the dialogue is written, how certain phrases might not be like how it is now and whatnot. I guess that's one way you can look at it. When it comes to these old movies, the way I picture it is like this time capsule kind of a thing. At least that's that's what I got from this, like a time capsule kind of thing. And before anyone says it, then no, I haven't read the book by any means, so I don't know if it's faithful, if at all. I'm just trying to judge this as its own thing, quite obviously. So I just thought I'd just do that, pretty much. I just thought I would just do this kind of thing where I'll just discuss old movies, which, like I said, which I've done anyway. So here we go, I reckon. Anyway, so here we go, I suppose. Just talking about this kind of a thing, these old movies and whatnot. It's something I've seen before with these types of movies anyway, when I was much younger. Yeah, way long ago. And I'm a lot older than what I appear to be, folks. I know I said that quite a few times before, but that's just a thing with me. Yes, I know this type of movies might not be everybody's cup of tea because, well, it might be too damn old for anyone to like, really, but whatever. It's my channel, and I do whatever the hell I want. Oh, definitely. I just thought I'd just talk about this because, well, I felt like it. I like talking about these type of movies. I really do. And there's just some charm when it comes to these old movies. I mean, yes, like I said, it might be cheaply made, and production value might be, well, limited. And that's putting it lightly, I suppose. It's just a way to talk about this kind of stuff anyway, I reckon. Sure, why not? But yeah, I just thought I'd just do this for one because I just talk about these old movies as often as I can, because that's kind of the main thing I do on here on this channel. Talk about old ass movies that hardly anyone would talk about. So here we go, I reckon. Oh yeah, definitely. Oh yeah. But yeah, that's kind of the thing here on this channel. I've done this kind of thing on a multitude of different times before anyway, so here we go, I reckon. So I just thought I'd just do this because, well, I like talking about old movies. I really do. I really don't mind it. So I'm just trying to do this kind of thing as often as I can, quite obviously, because that's kind of the main thing I want to do here. To shine some light on these old movies that hardly anyone would not know about otherwise. And that's kind of thing. I mean, would I recommend this? I mean, if you want to watch these old star type movies, I guess you could, I suppose. I mean, I guess. For one, I would recommend it, but just don't expect it to be like anything how it is nowadays, considering the time. this was done, of course. So you had to be, I guess, pretty open minded to some extent with this kind of a thing. I mean, yes, this doesn't exactly have the most fanciest film equipment when this movie was made. Sure, of course, you may not have like the fancy camera angles and special effects like it is nowadays, like a lot of people became accustomed to. And that's the thing, though. That's just how it is. A lot of people became really accustomed how movies are done in this day and age. I don't even, not even bat an eye when it comes to this kind of movies, I guess. And then just a lot of movies nowadays, just, I don't know about them. I don't know. There might be some exceptions, really, but for the most part, I don't know. I mean, I've said this before when it comes to more recent, modern era of filmmaking. I mean, that maybe the techniques might have gotten better, but when it comes to storytelling, I don't know, something seems off. There are some exceptions to this, obviously. I'm just saying, though.
Yeah, I think it might be a little short to be considered as a movie, but whatever, I guess. Anyway, as always, let's get into the plot, shall we? The main character and his friend do discover this buried treasure while they were, playing around, of course. Well, of course, they do their best to keep it a secret from the main character's father, so to speak. And they're going to do their best to, have their own little adventure. Our main character found this treasure kind of thing in some spot somewhere. That's kind of like a distance away. So we have to get on this little raft thing that he gets onto to get back to that spot and home. He keeps going back and forth, and he's really focusing on that really. So that's basically the premise of this little movie, I guess you'd call it or whatever. And yeah, it's a little adventurous kind of a thing that centers around our main character. And our main character here he's really adventurous. He's supposed to be one of those kind of kids that loves to play around, that loves to, just go out and have an adventure. The premise of this really goes on that quite a bit, which is fine, of course. So this one is more of a family movie, I guess you can say, which is fine, I suppose. I'm not always too keen on family movies, really, when you get down to it. But this one was pretty solid, I suppose. I enjoyed it. I do recommend it for those who have not seen it. This film is available on a single disc, of course. And from what I can gather from this thing I'm reviewing, from what I the information I found about is that it's supposed to be part of a TV show or something. I'm not sure if this is supposed to be like a few episodes into one thing, but it probably is because I've seen movies before that had movies attached to each other, of course. And yeah, I've seen this kind of technique of filmmaking been done before, where they might have like 2 episodes, three, or maybe even 4 episodes, and just edit together and just be done as a movie. From what I saw, folks, it seems that I wasn't really that far off from what I was talking about. So I guess you can say that's a pretty interesting little tip bit I was talking about. So yeah, there's a little history behind this as well because there was a book series that came out before anything else really. And just so you know, I didn't read any of the books like at all. So as far as I'm concerned, this was like the only thing I saw of the lead character, and that's about it, really, for the time being anyway. So I'm just gonna be reviewing this as a movie because that's all really. I can just go on really. So from what it's worth, I didn't hate this movie really. Yes, it's pretty cheaply made. Yeah, of course. It's something that's aimed for a particular crowd. Sure, it's cheaply made. Obviously, the production value isn't exactly something that's pretty high. But hey, for me, it's a blast from the past because I used to watch really old movies from back in the day. Obviously, this film is rather dated compared to some of the other films I've already reviewed. This was quite clearly a television made film, so you can easily tell. Man, not that I'm complaining really, because I enjoyed it. So it's fun to watch. You can show this to your family and not be worried about it. So yeah, that's the thing, folks. I usually don't watch family movies really, like I said quite a few times before. But besides that, I liked it. Yeah, it's cheaply made. Yes, it's kind of obscured, I guess, in some degree. But there's been other movies. Yeah, there's been various movies where it was still the same character, but they would have different storylines, different various events or whatever that would take place with the main character. So yeah, this was not the only This was not the only film that had Huckleberry Finn. So there's that. So anyway, I'm just gonna keep this really short, folks, because this movie's not that long at all. It's barely under an hour. So anyway, folks, it'll get an overall rating of a 6.3 out of 10. It gets a 6.3 out of 10 from me. And of course, as always, thanks for watching. Take care. Until next time.